Hello everybody, it is Saturday the 30th of January and welcome to the 7th episode of Maximus Decimus in Fortnite. Just to remind everyone, this is kind of a series done for casual players and also beginners, and so we're just looking into some very basic Fortnite steps and techniques to make the game a little bit more enjoyable for casual players in these sweaty times. These days people are running around in Predator and Terminator suits, and it is really sweaty out there. So today what we're going to look into really quickly, I don't want to drag on too long here, is just some baby steps of something called peace control, which I'm sure everyone knows about now. The technical definition of peace control, according to the Urban Dictionary, is the act of owning the majority of building pieces in a Fortnite build or box fight. So in the last episode, episode 6, we just looked into super basic turtling in a box and all the editing moves we could do in order to turn that situation into an advantage. So we looked at wall edits, floor edits, how to try and anticipate your enemy's moves, and I would call that like the first layer of building in box fighting, and it was primarily defensive. And so I would define peace control in addition to owning the majority of building pieces, meaning you have total editing control over all the pieces around you, so you're not trapped at all. I would also define it as a second layer of building, and learning it for me is a lot of fun, and I'm terrible at it. But it's how to build, I would say, offensively as well as defensively, meaning with your edits, you can build outside of your box. I'm just putting this in the simplest of terms, in order to offensively build and put your enemy into uncomfortable positions, or you can kind of push the movement of your enemy or block your enemy off. So I like to think of it as two layers in building. Just the basic turtling, which is defensive, which can be very effective, but you can add on a second layer, as all the great pro players do every time they play, and you're able to use your building in order to offensively put your enemy into bad positions, and you can get much quicker kills. So without much ado, we're just going to take a quick jump into free building. I'm just going to show you two really simple techniques. I repeat, these are just baby techniques, but you got to start somewhere. Then after that, we'll just look at a few tries in Battle Lab with some enemy bots, just to practice and start to get used to doing these moves. Talk to you later. Okay, so in episode 6, we looked into just doing a really simple basic turtling or turtle box with a turbo build. We looked into how to edit really quickly, and not really quickly in my case, but this is kind of the best I can do. How to understand mobility, and especially editing, and knowing how to edit as fast as possible. And so the whole idea here was to turtle up, box in, and give ourselves the maximum of mobility, so that we can always follow enemies' movement and be able to either get out or box in, etc. So that was episode 6. Now, this is a really quick step for a really basic baby step for peace control. It helped me a lot to learn it. So we're going to do the same box. We're boxed in right now. Now, this is what you can do. We're going to build a cone and place it just slightly above our wall. And what's going to happen? We've built a cone on the outside of our box. So what we're doing right now is we're starting to build outside of our box. And if we open up, we do any kind of edit. I'm just going to do a window. having that cone there, we can place walls. We can place staircases. We can edit. And so I like to think of this in the simplest of terms as having a second option or a second layer where you can start building out and start dictating where your enemy can go. So that is the first example. I'm just going to keep it really simple this time around. The key is we're going to build and just place a cone right outside of us. Whoops. And it's going to give us a lot more options. And obviously the really good piece control players are keeping possessions of all their builds, but at the same time we're building in order to cut off the enemy or force the enemy to go to another direction, or box the enemy in. So you know, for example, we can, you know, just doing some really, that's all stuff, you know, if we had someone down here, we can do that, open up, go ahead and shoot, etc. So that is the first baby step in editing. We're going to take a look at it one last time. We're going to build a wall and then just place a cone right on top of that. And once we do that, we can take control of this space with our walls, etc. On to the next one. Okay, now just another really simple technique, and these are just simple techniques to just get the idea of what piece control is. So we're just going to box up again really quickly. We're going to go up with the staircase. Now here we'll place a floor. When we place this floor, if we edit, what we can do is build down here. I'm just going to place a cone. I have to go down a little bit more. Place a wall. Now you're gonna have to get used to that, but the idea here is that once again, we're not just turtling up, we're just not on one layer or one level. We're turtling up and trying to move around and edit and get a shot off. We're building outwards. These walls are ours, so we decide what we want to do with them, and we're using them in an offensive way, using it, you know, to put the enemy into bad situations. So I'm going to try one last time. I'm going to do it even slower. Come up the staircase. What can we do here? We can do two here. Cone, wall, boom, boom. Yeah, if not, we can wall up over here. Edit like this. So once again, these are just two really simple techniques just to start to get the idea of what piece control is. And I do think that you know, it makes Fortnite a lot more fun. Obviously in pubs it's you have to be really good and fast to pull this stuff off, but you know, the more you practice, the better it gets, and I think the richer and the more fun your game gets. Okay, so we're gonna jump into launch our own battle lab, get some enemy grenade bot grenades, and just try and put these really simple ideas into practice. I'm just gonna show you 5 clips of what I managed to do, and I repeat, for beginners, casuals, it's a really good idea to go into battle lab and with your enemy bots and practice. It just gets you used to you know, staying calm or being used to having people aimbotting you. They're obviously not too smart. I mean, they're just basically aimbot. They aimbot you, and you always stay on the ground, but still it's good practice to do. And the more you get used to it, the better you get once you go out there into pubs. So let's move on. Okay, everyone, so that went by very quickly, and that was just 5 quick scenarios with enemy bots in Battle Lab, in which the only criteria was to see if I could box up, edit, and instead of using my edit to shoot, to place building pieces outside of my box. Therefore, learning the most simple fundamentals of piece control, because we're building outwards and trying to influence our enemy's movement, so when I get the buzzer, that means I couldn't do it in time. When I passed, it means I was able to do it, and hopefully we can look into this in greater depth in upcoming episodes. And I repeat, if you just try this a few times, you're gonna find that it's a lot of fun to learn, and it's an extra dimension in Fortnite, and it'll make the game a lot more enjoyable. Take care, all casuals. Talk to you next time. Thank you.